All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and Southeast brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth, and with charity. All right, Yahweh's name, Heavenly Father. Bahasham is in the name, Ba'in Hada Sham name. Yahweh Shai's name, only begotten Son, and Rakha Kodash means Holy Spirit. Literally translated Spirit Holy, Rakha Spirit Kodash Holy. And I'm gonna hop right into this. The sit down is really is this lesson, this topic has been on my mind the last, I want to say, about a week or so. Different things pop up on social media, and it's an ongoing topic, and it's not pedophilia. Let me see, how would I word it? Well, in the minds of the average village idiot, because that's what these people are, it is pedophilia. But the thing keeps coming up with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. Even just popped up the Elvis. His wife was 14 or 15, whatever. And for one, this is America, okay? And we have certain laws in this place that say what they say. All right, so this is no way, shape, or form license to go and get with a woman that is, although of age, technically, she's definitely of age, but it's not a liberty to go ahead and just say, F it, I'm going to go get me a 14, 15, 16-year-old woman, because it is a woman indeed, not a child. When you look up the etymology of puberty, let me see. The word puberty, it goes to the word puber, which means adult. Okay? So, this isn't a license to go and deal with a woman that has reached that part of her life, because we are in America, just like we don't go and stone sodomites anymore. But this is to edify and show the perfect law of the Lord, man, because this place is backwards, okay? Everything about this place is upside down. All the judgments about this place is just out of whack. What they tell you is right is wicked, and what they tell you is fucking wrong is usually on point and righteous, Okay, this is Isaiah 5:20. Warns them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's this society, man. That's this place. Okay? They tell you, hey, for one, sodomy. Sodomy is okay. Not only is it okay, it's praised. Oh, you're so brave. Oh, this and that, okay? And that's madness, okay? There's no life. You can't produce life from sodomy. But then they tell you a man having more than one woman, that's wickedness. But on the flip side of that, they tell the women, that's the crazy part. They tell the man, you got to be loyal to this woman, X, Y, Z. But then they tell the woman, no, it's liberating when you go and deal with multiple men. All right? Because now you're no longer under the patriarchy. Go do it more than one man. Play the field, plenty of fish in the sea. Slut walk. Don't slut shame. Okay? But this man, you better do it one woman. Or you're a misogynistic dog if you're dealing with more than one woman. Okay? Then they tell you, oh no, 14, 15, 16, that's still a child. But they would charge you as an adult for a crime. But that's still a child. But then they tell you, or they're not ready sexually to know anything about this, right? But then they tell the actual children, because 14, 15, 16, you're not a child, you're an adult. Okay? But then they tell you that actual children, without the consent of their parents, can go and get hormone pills, all right, to affect their actual gender, man. You got Desmond's amazing, the trans kid who can go before the world, go before the public, and dance before these grown men naked. The one kid that posed on the cover of whatever the magazine was for, and the grown man was naked with the child. You got the little kids going to the pride parades when the rods are out, butt cheeks are out. That's okay. But God forbid that a man gets with a young woman in America. Now that's the problem. Which, in actuality, the way the laws are set up are so perfect because, all right, look, we're not supposed to have whores amongst Israel, man. This is Deuteronomy 23:17. There should be no whore daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. All right? So our women aren't supposed to be whores, man. Plain and simple. But here's the thing, when you're a teenager, you come in, that which is a made up fucking word, whatever that means. When you come into that adulthood, that puberty, your hormones are raging. Now, granted, in ancient world, that's not saying that just because you hit that period of time, all right, when you reach adulthood, that doesn't mean you automatically just went and had sex. No, it didn't work like that. But the laws are set up so if you can't contain, let them marry. Because this is the thing with America. They tell you, no, you can't do this. No, you're a child. You're a child. Then put all this adult influence in your fucking face, right? But nevertheless, they tell you you're a child. But meanwhile, you have all these adult feelings and emotions because you're an adult now. So what happens? You're going to go and rebel. So as a 14, 15, 16-year-old girl, you done held off all this time. And now you're like, fuck it. You 15, 16, you done hit your period when you was 13. So you was an adult since then. And you fucking fought hard to not do anything. But you dudes just keep coming at you, macking you down. You thinking you found some love, some puppy love. And now you ready to finally give yourself over. And now you give yourself over making your own choice. Because you all right, and choosing wrong. You choose some damn knucklehead that's going to pop you and catch you to the streets. All right? And what does that make you now? Now you become a whore. When the laws of the Lord, if that was followed, that wouldn't happen. See, our people is okay with whoredoms. They're okay with our women being whores and our men being sodomites. All right? They're okay because their mother did it. But just 2 generations ago, our grandmothers got married off at that age, man, to prevent them from being whores. And that's why your grandmama, I used to see my grandmama tell my sister all the time, are you smelling yourself? All right? That's why the scriptures say this, man. And I'm going to hit these precepts now, man, because the law is perfect, man. The laws of the Lord are perfect. Plain and simple, man. They lead to wholesome, perfect lives. America's confusion. Like it says in what is that Timothy, they were refused marriage, man. They tell you, you got a thing called boyfriend, girlfriend. You don't get married until you finally grown and did something. You got to go before the state and then get married, man. Instead of letting it be known, no, ain't no such boyfriend and girl. That's not true. Man and woman becomes one. That's marriage. Everything about this place breeds whoredoms, man. Even these damn age restrictions that's made up out of thin air. And people fucking love it, man. This is 1 Corinthians 7. And okay, that's verse 28. But hold on. Oh, okay. This is further down. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 7 and 28. Because Paul starts off, look, it's best to, if you can't be separated, if you cannot deal, don't deal, right? That's the mind. This place is, it's funny. This place hyper sexualizes, or over sexualizes everything here. Then they tell you, don't do it. Which, if you know anything about the human psyche, once you tell somebody don't do it, the flesh naturally wants to do it. So they tell you don't do it. They put a ban on it. They refuse marriage, right? They refuse actual sex. Man and women are supposed to do this, but then that's all they show you, right? That's all they fucking show you, right? But in the ancient world, we knew what it was about. Yeah, sex is pleasure, but sex was to bring your offspring, man, to keep your name going. All right, it was part of building an empire. So it's not something we took just lightly, So Paul had the understanding, look, especially when you're walking in the spirit, he had the understanding, if you can be like me, perfect. Just be abstinent. But if you can't, here's the order of things. 1 Corinthians 7:28. But if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, because we in hell, It is what it is. It's two people becoming one. You got to deal with each other, quirks and everything, right? So there's going to be trouble in the flesh. But you did not sin if you finally go ahead and decide to man get with the woman, woman with man. Now I'm going to jump down. Verse 36. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she passed the flower of her age, so look. And it was times when just because a woman reached that age, we're not saying it was mandatory that she would go and get popped right away. But these laws are set up because those hormones, they're there. All right? And to prevent whoredoms from happening, to prevent sodomy from happening, all right? Like it says in verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. So to prevent whoredoms, marry off. It's better to marry than to burn, which is in the same chapter. So it's better for a man to deal with his own woman, his own woman or women, his own wife, as opposed to another man's wife, because that's what they're saying. They ain't saying a man only need one woman. It's saying don't deal with somebody else's. And then it's better for a woman to deal with her husband as opposed to going and dealing with others that's not her husband, man, and committing adultery. These laws are perfect, man. So jumping back down. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she passes the flower of her age, let you know that a woman becomes a woman when she begins her flowers. And this also shows that we didn't just pop them just because as soon as they get a period, okay, time to go. All right. No. We still have restraints, but the point remains that when she get her flowers, that's when she becomes a woman. And needs so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. So to keep her from going past her prime, go ahead and marry. To keep Satan from tempting you because there's been your hormones are raging and you ready, go ahead and marry. As opposed to what America teach you, no. Put this limitation on it. Draw it all the way out until now you can't control yourself and you become a fucking whore. That's America for you. Then you get praised for being a whore. That's the funny thing. No, don't do that. No, that's wicked. You're too young. But then you go and be a whore, and now you're praised for it. And this isn't even going to be this video's been longer than I really wanted it, man. I'm going to a couple more precepts ended. It's just not the ancient way, man. These laws are perfect, man. All right. This is 1 Timothy 5. I'm going to get straight to it. 1 Timothy 5:14. I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some are already turned aside after Satan. All right, so that's plain. That's the counsel, man. Get married so you can't be reproached by Satan, man. Because now you let these demons settle in, and you all over the place, man. You land with this guy, land with that guy, picking up on his spirit, picking up on his spirit. Now you all over the place. You acting like a different dudes, man. Ain't make that shit normal here. But we're the weirdos because we want our women to be wholesome. Because we want our young men to be men and not sodomites. Tranny story time is okay, but a young woman marrying a man is an issue. Which is funny because now this shows you people base their judgments off of emotions and not righteous judgment. Because even in America, all right, what a teenager can get consent from their parents to legally get married, and then there's no issue. Yeah, our people would say that's pedophilia, but the laws, even American laws, the laws they so using to back their points up with the little they know, tells you otherwise. See, our people are sick, man. They like the evil and hate the good. Point blank, period. So Paul said, I'd rather the young women marry, bear children, guide the house. All right? As opposed to being out here like these other young women. What's the opposite of what's going on with now against this scripture? What are women doing? Our young women are being whores. They're not guiding the house. They don't know how to guide the house. They know how to run the streets. All right? And anybody can speak against them, man. They're reproach to their damn self, man. All right? Heathens look at our women and our young men and scoff at us, man. Because nobody grabbed hold of the Western mindset more than our people, man. Sodomy is okay, though. Man, this is madness, man. Hey, this is Habakkuk 1:4. Therefore the law was slacked and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. So the wicked is an authority, and they made a whole system that's against us, man. That's against our ways, against our culture, against the laws of life. All right? Psalms 82:5. This place is upside down. All right, Daniel 7:25. They changed these laws, man. They did these things to oppress us, man, because these laws are a part of our DNA, man. It's written in our hearts. So they pushed everything that's contrary to this law, man. But when you really get into the law, man, everything about it is perfect. And when you really look at it, you understand why it's written that way, man. Because we've seen it growing up. We've seen our women get to that point, that age, hormones raging, and they did what? Slept around with different dudes in school. All right? Definitely got reproached. All right? Became teen moms, single moms. They made a whole TV show about it. But if they actually just followed the scriptures, if you was at that point, you was hot, you was hot in the box, you was ready, your father would marry you off, all right? He'll make sure it was a man that was of a proper position, and you wouldn't be able to reproach your dad, man. You wouldn't have a child in your fucking parents' house. You would have been established with somebody, and you would have been on your way to womanhood, man. Instead of like these damn monsters out here, these women today, man, monsters, man. Fucking 4 kids with 6 different baby daddies, man. And that's cool. That's okay. But we're villains for wanting better for our people, man. Oh, man, my bad. This is Rock 42. And 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, letting you know again, that flower was when a woman comes to her prime. That's when she becomes a woman. Okay? And being married, lest she should be hated. And it takes a father to raise an actual woman so she can be a proper wife, man. So she don't be hated and damn reproached to her own fucking husband. And her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. That's a shame. For a virgin to leave her father's house, get popped by somebody else, and still be in this man's house. No, man and woman, when they come together and lay together, they become one. They're supposed to cleave to each other. And now they're starting their own household, man. His own household. Because woman becomes part of that man. Not popping is doing you still in your father's crib. Being a whore, you still in your parents' house. That's why people got nothing going for themselves. We forgot how to build a family unit and move together. See, these laws teaches us life and unity, man. And having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. Keep a short watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. So if you got a daughter that's hot like that, hey, you can't just, oh, no, you can't do this, can't do that. No, you got to make sure she's established and set up to have a husband so you don't be reproached. She got to get married off, man. And that's plain and simple. Hopefully this is edifying. All praises, honor, glory to you. How about Shami, how about Shami Kakarash? Double honor to the apostle, that was great millstone. And salutation, brothers, doing this thing in sincerity and truth, done with charity. This is Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So this Bible guides us on the proper way of life, man. So with that, shalom.